What about the lifestyle factors? What else do you counsel your patients that they should be doing? You mentioned sleep, for instance. What else just will make sure that they're doing everything that they can to have optimal testosterone?
It's hard because as soon as you tell someone to reduce stress, you've just given them more stress. So I've got to reduce my stress, right? But that's key. And really, you could lump them all into that category. Certainly helps improve your reaction to it if you've gotten ample amounts of sleep. And by the way, that's 7 to 9 hours, unless you've got a very, very, very rare gene disorder, DEC2 and maybe one other. And the thing is, I understand. I was one of them. You too, probably, even if it's just through medical school, where, okay, 5 hours was a good night. And that was probably a good average if you got 5 hours during that course. It doesn't mean you're doing yourself good just because you can operate on that. And I always call it your reserve, and literally your reserve of stem cells manufactured in the bone marrow. There's an argument that certainly I've heard the hematologists make that, you're digging into your stores that will help you later in life. So that's one big factor. Of course, the amount of exercise really depends upon the individual, whether you want to call it light or moderate. And obviously diet too will help me sum up the concept, which, one size does not fit all. Not only in diet, but with all these things we're mentioning. And you gotta look at the time of the year, what's going on in business, psychologically. I need to gauge my workout a little differently today because I was up 3 hours later than I thought I was going to last night. So you got to be able to say to yourself, well, so hey, how about taking care of the health, and maybe you just do a recovery day today. But diet and exercise, I know that gets played up in the press. The problem with that is, in my opinion, over the years, is going beyond that and saying there's one specific way is where it ruins it. And somebody says, well, I did that ketogenic diet stuff and it didn't work for me. It was total, it ruined me, and diet doesn't play a role in all this. Yeah, it does. That was the wrong diet for you. Try something else. Diet is very important. So is sleep. So is, your choice of profession. That's a tough one. I've got a lot of law enforcement officers in my practice. And working the graveyard shift and alternating is even worse. Either become a vampire or don't. But we have study after study that shows that is no bueno. This is what they're doing for a living. Well, you encourage them to do whatever it takes to get on a regular day shift, or at least a steady one. But then we as physicians want to encourage them to do certainly all the other things as best they can. And find other ways to compensate for that. So whether that's considering some more, say, antioxidants, or things that would be considered anti-inflammatory for someone who's not being able to get the requisite number of hours of sleep, for example, that's when you sweep out your digestive tract. That's when Mother Nature goes in and cleans things up. And if they're not getting that, okay, well, maybe we'll use something that is protective, curcumin supplement, for example, the anti-inflammatory. It's really just being aware of these factors are and how to manipulate them, and that's what we're here for, right? Is to help patients identify what the factors are for them and how to compensate for them.